Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening live to the Mixedmetalmedia radio show hosted by Metal Mistress C on Spreaker.com. Well, hello, radio podcasting land. Oh, I have a great show planned for today. I am actually interviewing two of the co-host and host, but if I was to use all one word, it would be coast, of the Drummers Paradise podcast with Tyler Reiner and Adam Vetter, and I'm going to be calling them shortly. So let me just tell you what they're about. Drummers Paradise is a music-focused podcast dedicated to celebrating the art, craft, and community of drumming. The show brings together drummers from across different genres and experience levels, sharing their stories, influences, gear, philosophies, and what drives their passion for rhythm and groove. Each of their episodes typically features an in-depth conversation or interview with a featured drummer, from underground players to seasoned performers, offering insight and inspiration for listeners who love percussion, and music culture. The podcast is known for interviews with a wide range of drummers, from prominent players and bands to rising talent, behind the kit stories, techniques, personal journeys that appeal to both drummers and general music fans. They also have a blend of inspiration, practical tips, and artistic conversation that highlights how and why people connect with rhythm. Episodes are released regularly with new guest features and deep dives into different aspects of drumming life. The hosts are Adam Vetter and Tyler Reiner. So Adam is a drummer, musician, and creator behind Drummers Paradise beyond hosting. He's actively involved in music and has shared his own drumming journey on the podcast, including experiences with multiple bands and live performances. His presence helps shapes the show's focus on passion, groove, and the personal side of being a drummer. Tyler Reiner co-hosts the show with Adam, bringing his own musical energy and perspective to the conversations. He also been featured as a guest on the podcast, talking about his own drumming journey, influences, and what drives his rhythmic creativity. Together, the both of them, Adam and Tyler, they discuss discussions with guests. Excuse me, I'm like a little off today. My breathing is a little bad storm out here, so my air is dry here. They share stories from the world of drumming. They help build a welcome space for both seasoned players and rhythm enthusiasts to connect with the heart of percussion. So they are actually going to be coming on in about a minute or two. I'm going to be calling them. I have some fun questions for them. They are actually launching their season 3, I think in March, coming up, I think in a couple of weeks, for Drummers. What is it? Drummers Paradise podcast. I just call it Drummers Paradise. DPP. Oh, but this is going to be awesome. So they have personal stories from a diverse roster of drummers, from local scenes to well-traveled pros, conversations about technique, gear, artistry, and influences that shaped each of their guests' path. So I'm going to actually... They have an authentic dialogue that's both educational for practicing drummers and entertaining for music fans. So their podcast overall serves both a community hub and creative spotlight for drummers around the world. So I'm going to be welcoming them to the show very shortly. And that's about it. So I'm going to be calling them in about 5 minutes, or probably actually less than that. I'm going to call them right now, actually, because it's 7 o'clock, and Mistress does not like to be late. So let's give this a go. All right, I'm going to get him on the phone. Hold on.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, I'm good.
Oh, good. So I actually just was, I was telling doing a prologue about you guys, and I had said that your Drummers Paradise podcast you're up to your 3rd season, correct?
Yes, correct. We're about to kick off season 3 here shortly.
Wow. So let me ask you.
The beginning of March.
The beginning of March, right?
Yes, correct.
So did you ever think you would make it to season 3?
To be honest with you, I just want to say that this is Adam here with me. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Nice to talk to you.
I knew you were there. I'm sorry I didn't say hello to you. Also, Adam, right?
It's okay.
What's that?
But we're extremely thankful, and it's been a fun journey, And when we had this idea kicking, even prior to us starting it off for like a solid half a year, we always said that we wanted to potentially do a really cool podcast about drums, and then we've made it happen. And it's pushed it, and then now the journey has led us to season 3 kicking up. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I know it's interesting. I'm up to season 5 in my podcast, right? So, but I'm a little different than you guys, because you guys are more on the technical end, where I've actually watched some of your stuff on YouTube. So you guys actually you guys get behind the drums, you guys talk about stuff, you show stuff. Nobody wants to watch an older woman sitting behind the microphone smoking weed or cigarettes or something while she's doing it. So, you guys have more of a reason to do more of a video podcast, because you guys are more on the technical side of things, correct? So, I figure you guys would get a good kick out of it, a good laugh,
Yeah, for sure.
So, but that's true, though. I actually have lots of friends in bands, actually underground bands, and I always been referring their drummers through your podcast lately. So if you're getting some new followers and things.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. A lot.
Listen,
That's how it happens.
Well, exactly. And then here's the thing. Somebody that's got great potential, right? But they're just not quite there yet. They need a little bit more fine tuning, or a little bit more in the rhythm section. So I send them over to you guys, so you can maybe teach them a couple of things.
Nice, thank you.
I mean, you guys are like,
you can learn lots on Drummers Paradise.
Well, that's exactly why I sent them there. I said, you know what, you should go and watch these fellas, and you should pay attention. You could actually learn something, incorporate maybe some of that stuff into your drumming playing. Look, I mean, most people, when they say, oh, I'm a drummer, you're like, can you actually carry a beat? There are some people who just bang on the fucking drums that don't know what the fuck they're doing, right?
Yeah, that's half of it. It is half of it. Even when you do know what you're doing.
Well, first of all, let me welcome Tyler and Adam to Mixedmetalmedia, first of all, okay? And I'm so glad that you can both come on. And I do have some interesting questions for you guys, both from being drummers and musicians to other stuff, and how did you guys get into doing this podcast, if you don't mind me asking? What
You want to take this one? Take this one, brother.
Well, Tyler and I just kind of crossed paths at this local jam spot, and we got talking to it one day, saying we should start a podcast. Nobody sits down with drummers and actually gets to know them and what influences them, and kind of share that love and to all the other drummers, So we just sat down and ground, put our minds to the ground and pushed hard for what's now 3 seasons.
Wow.
And it's ever evolving. It's really, really fun. It's neat to see what's coming up too. So we're real excited for everybody to see what we got planned.
Yeah, I mean, I did see that you guys had like some big name drummers on your. Who do you guys? I mean, not that you want to announce it on air, but I'm sure you guys have some other people coming on and different like. Do you interview like drummers in metal or all different genres of drumming styles? That's what I was kind of asking you if you were doing that.
Yeah, so we touch base and cover all aspects of drumming, passion, and groove. Our whole entire platform is about community, build, and growth, and inspiration. So we've been very blessed since we started this, back from season 1 to season 2, to an amazing stacked guest appearances and heavy hitter drummers that I'm not going to drop names that are coming on season 3 right now because it's a surprise, especially to everybody who's taken the love and the care and the time to watch our episodes and watch the craftsmanship and all the hard work that goes into them. So we have a really exciting season 3 in store for everyone that is subscribed and followed our channel.
Okay. Cool.
But in the past,
Ben Pruitt was a big.
We've had Ben Pruitt from Sleep Theory. Yeah, he was great.
They're killing it right now. On Epitaph Records in Europe, doing real well.
Rob Ferreira,
from Bigwig. Great hitter, yeah. William Forten from 10 Foot Paul.
Yeah.
Really great.
Another good one.
From Cali, yeah.
Brandon from Drum Mechanics.
Yes.
A very knowledgeable platform, especially for a lot of international touring drummers that come through Canada, and follow his channel worldwide.
Ergonomics, proper, exercises and that to stay fit to play for a long time, longevity. It's we've had a lot of good fun with those players that have come around, and you can check them all out on our YouTube channel, Drummers Paradise Podcast. Yeah.
And especially with a lot of really good drum companies and brands as well that have showed support from the build and from the ground up. And we can't thank, again, SJC Drums.
Yeah, we can't thank them.
Can't thank Yamaha enough.
Diamond Star
Drumsticks, Mapex Drums, just like the list goes on. The support is unreal.
Yeah, it's great.
So I have a question. If someone has never heard of your Drummers Paradise podcast before, what episode should they start with and why? You're like, oh God.
We'll start from the beginning, number 1, because the reason is you should check them all out. They're amazing, and start with number 1. Where else to start? Really?
I know that, but is there any one that like sticks out more than the others, or that basically like you guys have the way you do things, right? So
I'm going to say Melvin Murray from a great Canadian band, Texas King.
Yes.
He's a phenomenal, hardworking drummer up here in Canada, and again, very knowledgeable, and his passion was great, and he was our first guest.
He's our very first
guest in season 1.
Just check that out for sure. And then season 2, I would say check out Ben Pruitt from Sleep Theory.
And then Ben Pruitt from Sleep Theory.
Those are great ones.
That was another good one from season 2, like Adam said.
Cool. So what do you want your fans to expect from season 3? Like, is there any expectations that you guys have in the?
Yeah, we have a submission.
Yeah.
That's about to begin, and it's going to be a contest, and it's international. So for everyone that tunes into your platform here and digs your show, send us a MP4 video. Email it to us, drummersparadisepodcast@gmail.com. Send us a video of you doing a paradiddle
to a metronome.
Okay.
And you could have a chance to win a Mapex snare drum.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. So yeah, I'll have to tell my drumming friends about this too.
Yes, it's an open contest to anybody, so just send it to us. Clean paradiddles as fast as you can to a metronome.
Okay.
We have to be able to hear the metronome in the background.
Yes, the bit.
And you have a chance to win a snare drum.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. So and so you also, like, what is something that may have you guys done, like, challenge yourself to improve, like, this season that you didn't do in the last 2 seasons?
Great question.
I'm gonna go on the technical side of it, and it's gonna be the lighting.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, the lighting.
We're gonna start working on it now.
Yeah, so we're continuously working and tweaking our set and just trying to perfect
the vibe
so it could be enjoyable for everyone that enjoys our platform.
Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, I did check out some of your stuff. Yeah, there's some, like, not that I want, but, like, some, when you guys were sitting behind the drums, there was, like, a little, not dark, but, it wasn't as well lit. Like, you really can't see the like, when you guys are doing different drumming techniques, you can't really see because it's, like, kind of dark. But, like, I guess so, if you put, like, a spotlight over you guys and went over your drum set without roasting, like, so you're not, like, a cooking in a rotisserie chicken type thing. Like,
I like a 2-piece every now and then. The wing.
A little wing, gotta turn your wing over. So, like, I think you guys will get a kick out of it. Some of those lights can make it really hot, too. And, of course, as drummers, you guys are probably, like, sweating. I mean, a lot of my friends are drummers, and I watch them. They're sweating. They have fans on while they're, like, playing, because it's like it's like a full body workout when you guys are drumming.
It's great cardio. It's definitely great cardio.
Yeah. So, okay, I have some. Let's see. So, I have some questions that I kind of. So, how did the two of you first realize you guys had podcasting, like, chemistry together?
Well, when we were talking that first time, I think Tyler contributes the information of guests. He knows a lot of drummers in the industry, so he was able to kind of connect with me, who was more technical. Right. So I'm able to film it and kind of do all the editing and stuff. So that kind of teamwork is able to move forward with what we have. And now it's ever evolved, and he's learned how to do the technical side of things. And, I've developed connections as well. So it's now an ever evolving snowball as one, right?
Yeah.
Unison.
So wait, Adam, you were in a band called Bad Luck or something?
I was a Social Distortion tribute band. That's right.
Okay. And I think Tyler was in Invermeyer and Spades GT.
Yeah. Correct.
That's right.
See, Mistress does her homework.
Yeah,
that's amazing. I love it.
So what can you tell me about those bands? Like, they were. Now, Bad Luck is a Social Distortion, like, I guess, cover band, as you would say, or tribute band or something?
That's right, yeah. We've learned their whole catalog. Okay. We can play a full evening of their music and Johnny Cash music in the punk style. So, yeah, just over the years, we, like-minded people, have been jamming and learning the songs. And, we've played some pretty big Canada Day, sort of like 4th of July in the States, Canada Day festivals, a couple thousand people. And it's a fun time, celebrating with everybody and being able to play in front of a big crowd and fireworks going off and stuff. Super fun. Yeah.
Now, do you guys have scripts for your podcast, or you do everything kind of like I do, like free-flowing, not scripted?
We at the beginning we created kind of, again, a platform and a structure in order for us to be able to try to keep things in control and navigate it without having a third party helping hand. Right. So we took that route and more of a professional business route. Kind of, we want to be taken seriously, and we want to be professional at what we do, and we're passionate about what we do.
And in season 2,
And in season 2,
we let loose.
We let loose, and we winged it.
Yes.
But we also knew kind of...
It's more personable.
Yeah, we knew where we're going, the questions, and so the vibe got better, and then now season 3 is on a whole other level.
Well, that's good, right? You got to bring it to a new level, new beat, new rhythm. You got to kind of what do they say that bang your own drum, so to speak, but you guys are literally banging your own drums. So that's, no, I was just wondering, like, because if you guys ever, like, when you did your podcast, like, if you were scripted per se, like, who was the first one to derail the script?
That's a good one. The first one. I
The name Drummer's Paradise.
Me, I don't care. Yeah.
You know you're in paradise here all the time, right?
Yeah.
No, we honestly, like, you learn from your mistakes, and you're constantly growing at anything you do in life. And it's just one of those things that you let nature take its course, and you believe in what you're doing, and you learn as you grow.
You're right about that. Absolutely. Listen, without growth, there's stagnation, and stagnation is no good for anything, regardless. So
it's rot.
Exactly. You're not rotting, stagnating like thing. You don't want to be like that. You want to be evolving, growing. Opening buds. Like growth. Growth is good. Like Yeah.
We always say kill forth.
So I mean, here's a question for Tyler. So now you became a drummer because your father's a drummer, correct?
I've been around it since I was a baby, right? So I always had it around me, and it's always been a passion of mine to play drums and learn that instrument, right?
Right.
And just by being around it, but I'm like self-taught, and I've put the time in myself, and the music career that I've had, I've done it based on hard work and drive, right?
Mm-hmm. So, because I remember reading someplace that your father bought you a drum set when you were like 3 years old, and you're like, oh yeah. and that there was all stories where I had heard that he drummed you to sleep when you were a child. Is that true, all these stories?
My parents would put drum solos on for me to go to bed. It'd be like a drum solo, and then I had like one of those little junior kits in my old parents' apartment back in the day. And then when I would play it, I was like, I don't know how it would have been, maybe 5 or whatnot. And like I would just piss my neighbor off. There was another apartment next door, and buddy, it would just be something else. But I've been blessed and very lucky, and it's an honor to have a father that is a professional drummer and has that same interest, right, and same passion.
Yes.
And I'm very grateful for it.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Well,
but you also got to hold your own. You know what I mean? You got to hold your own. You got to. No one can do the work for you. You got to do the work yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Like I was telling, I interviewed Lips like last week, and him and I were talking about this, and he's like, "You never give up. He's like, you don't fucking quit ever." Like, and he's right about that. Look at all the resilience and endurance that they did. So now, do you guys consider yourselves having that same endurance and resilience as your father and the rest of them?
Yeah, I'm very lucky and blessed to have a great brother, Adam, that I'm doing this with. And, it's fun. And when you're having fun and the passion's there and you're achieving success, success doesn't come overnight. It's earned by hard work and being devoted to something and dedicated and just running with it. And if you have that idea, whether 1 million people out there don't believe in you or in your idea, but if you have my partner and I together collectively believe in our idea and believe in what we're doing, that's all that matters at the end of the day, is our passion and our drive and our energy and our love for the craft of this is what's going to is hopefully leave behind the success of Drummer's Paradise and the legacy of what we did in the interviews that are documented that we get to put out there for everyone to enjoy.
We can share with their fans.
Yeah. So I have a question for both of you. Well, actually, I already know Tyler's answer, but, Adam, what originally pulled you into the world of drums and music culture before you met Tyler?
I would say my father. He's a musician all around. Everything that man touches, he can play it. It's amazing, actually, to sit down and watch that man do what he does. But so my father, and he had a drum kit rented, just playing drums for a couple months, and I sat down, and ever since that day, I just didn't get away from it, and was banging on things ever since.
Pots and pans too? No, I'm not kidding.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Pillows, pots and pans, whatever I can get my hands on. I got told to shut up a lot.
Listen, but you know what? But that's like, you're like I would call you guys the little drummer boys. Like
that's
like Christmas time. This would be great. You could really annoy the shit out of your neighbors. Walk around, banging drums down.
I've had cops come over, man. It's so funny. Like this one neighbor we had, she'd call the cops because I play drums, and then next thing you know, their dog's barking. Yeah.
Cops not good story
again, and then it was funny. Cops were like, "Oh, you actually sound pretty good down there. We just had to come in and knock on the door to show that we did something."
You tell the cop, like, go
bang,
you have
go, 11, bud.
Go bang on her door. The same beat that I was just playing.
Exactly.
Oh. So what roles does drumming play in your life outside the performance or podcasting? So this question for both of you. You can answer it separately, together, just kind of,
For me, I'm going to say the discipline and the addiction to continuously learn and make sure you're putting a couple minutes a day or a week, just anything. You got to put the time into it, right? And for me, it's something that I'm going to do till I'm not here anymore. And it's an everyday learning tool that I am grateful that I've got into my whole life. It's been something, and you're never going to dominate it. I think it's something that you're always
learning
and you can never master it, right?
So it's one of those things that you're ever evolving in it. You can never really master it, and it keeps your brain moving. So it's when you lock into something and you've nailed something, you actually get up to speed with it. There's no better feeling than that, and I'm sure that exercise in your brain is very healthy for you. So there's so much involved with that, right? Just outside of playing and the podcast and everything, like
just being at home on a
mental well-being.
You're always around the passion of drums and music because that's what you're into, right? That's your passion. So even in the car, like Adam drives around in the car, he's got the cymbals going, he's got the air horn going, he's got the cowbell on, next to the brake paddle. He's always jamming.
That's what it is.
So, if what's a moment in your musical paths that quietly shaped you, but most people wouldn't know about you? Like, you're like, oh, that's a good question, right? You're like, I never thought about that.
What shaped you? Well,
what shaped me?
For me, I can say just experiencing behind the scenes of what music really is, and then that kind of changed my perspective of everything, because you live in a dream world not knowing kind of what goes on in the background, but once you do, then you kind of see it's a lot involved. There's a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
Now, both of you has your relationship with rhythm changed as you've gotten older, now that you're both more experienced behind the drum sets?
Definitely. You feel it more, and I think you're at a better state of mind of understanding the instrument and how to read, the music, and understand the patterns and the rhythms and the rudiments. And so as you develop that skill set over the years of playing, from learning at a young age, not the techniques, not the right way to go about it, and just ignoring all the important aspects of drumming, and then coming back to that at a later date in life, you realize you're like, oh man, I should have studied my rudiments when I was like 17. Why did I start really getting into this now in my mid-30s?
There is two parts of drumming, right? There is you can play something on the drums, but then there's can you play rudiments and structured elements on the drums?
Yeah, exactly.
Your fills, things like that. Way different, right?
100%.
There's two sides to it.
There's two sides.
Well, yeah, that's like most people. Like I was trying to say earlier, just because you sit behind a drum kit and you bang on stuff doesn't mean you could actually play. Like, you can. If you can keep a rhythm, yeah, that's great. But the thing is, you have to know.
Only one drummer could do that, and that's Animal.
Exactly. From the Muppets, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, think about that, but that's, he's a Muppet, like,
That's what I'm saying. He's the only guy. He's allowed in the drum community. He's allowed.
Do you guys have a lot of him floating around in your lives? I would say, since he seems
to be honest with you. As sad as it is to say, we don't.
Not in the studio now, but I'm growing up. Yeah,
growing up,
always a gravitation towards him. 100%. He's my favorite.
What? We should have an animal in this.
I think you guys should have an. I think you guys should have an animal always in the back of your videos, because that will actually, believe it or not, trigger kids or adults to even like, oh yeah, that, and it would help them to maybe want to decide to play drums. I think it's kind of like, I mean, besides you guys, but most like young people, when they see like the Muppets, they're like, oh yeah, I remember that stuff. But Animal, of course, is different. He's an animal and he's a drummer, so it's like, you guys definitely have to do that.
You got to get him in here.
You do. You gotta listen. I think, and if you can get somebody to like, kind of like make him talk too, like while you guys are doing your podcast, like get a puppet of him and like, or hire like a ventriloquist or something.
I actually have one of those dolls.
I'm going to send him an email and see if we can get a hold of him.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let's email Animal.
I'm going to email Animal.
Like, buddy, you battled a lot of guys.
Try to get him to come on your... Because, interesting enough, do you remember, like... I mean, I'm older than you guys, so I grew up watching The Muppet Show, which I'm sure you guys did too, but probably more of, like, reruns of...
I loved it.
And they used to have, like, them interact with people. So I think that would be kind of cool if you kind of incorporated Animal into your Drummer's Paradise podcast. And you know what? You could even probably get an animal with a little T-shirt that is sponsoring your podcast. Like, that's kind of... Listen, it's all about, like, visuals. I mean, all right, so let me ask you this. Did you guys always do a video podcast, or was it audio only first?
It was always a video.
Always a video. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, because you guys are more showing the more technical side of drumming, right? So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, and then we've released our episodes and podcasts on our Spotify channel as well.
Yeah, that's right. RRS feed, all that stuff.
Oh, so you guys have, but Spotify doesn't have video, so it's just, so you have the audios on Spotify, right?
Yeah,
that's right. I upload all the audio files to the RSS feeds, and then I distribute it to Apple and Spotify and Amazon and all.
So if you're at work, hit up Drummer's Paradise Podcast on Spotify. There's no reason you can't be chopping up those onions, and listening to a podcast.
I was listening to it the other day on YouTube while I was cooking, but I wasn't chopping up onions. I was chopping up leeks, but they're kind of like onions. And
nice.
But I wasn't watching. I was only listening, because for me, like, I don't know, I'm kind of old school, but I'm not a drummer too, so I watch some stuff, but then, I guess maybe my semi-short attention span. So I'm always like multitasking. But for me, listening gives me a good sense of, but then I'm like, oh, I want to go back and watch what they were talking about. So like, I actually ended up watching it, or listening once and then watching it again later, like visually. So that's good. Yeah. So you guys got like, two watches in the same day.
That's amazing.
So
it's like a double hit.
But listen, I have do you guys have a vintage kit or a modern setup? Like, so how do you guys, how many like pieces are in each of your drum sets?
We both played realistically pretty much a close same kit.
A 3-piece, pretty much.
3-piece.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So bass drum, snare drum, rack tom, floor tom.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. A ratatom. Yeah, ratatom. Yeah, my friend I think had 4 on his, but this guy that I know is in a death metal band, so he's got like a whole bunch of drums. Like, what's that? Actually, I just sent him to your stuff the other day. Actually, I told him, this friend of mine, I'm like, oh, you got to check out these guys. I'm like, and you want to, learn some stuff. Like, check this out. And he called me yesterday. And he goes, "Oh, that fucking podcast is awesome." I'm like, "Good."
Awesome.
So
Thank
look at
you.
that. You get
Much love.
So, look, you guys came up with the name Drummers Paradise Podcast, which is awesome because you're both drummers, and it is a paradise for both, a paradoxical, elements in there because you guys are on a rhythm and beat wavelength, correct?
Yep, that's right.
And now, do you guys drink like coffee or energy drinks before you like go drumming or any of that, or do you just basically stick with water?
Yeah, I'll have like 2 beers probably, and then water. Okay. So that's my routine. I've tried pre-workout one time before. Never again.
No.
Why was it bad? It made you nauseous while you were playing and stuff?
I was so jittery. It was just the worst.
Yeah, I don't really engage like that anymore. I used to have one Jack and Coke, a little visit with my friend Jane.
Yeah.
And away we go.
Rock and roll,
baby.
Oh, that's funny. No, I was just wondering because I have some friends who they'll play at bars and they'll drink before, and I'm like, how are they drinking like that and then going to play? Like, doesn't that kind of like? I mean, obviously you can't be like belligerently drunk on stage, although maybe you could. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be able to function like that. I'd be like falling asleep behind the drum set if that was the case. But I don't drink. So
there's a lot of ways you can look at it, though, right? But at the end of the day, you want to keep it professional and you want to keep it pro. People are paying to come out and see you. People are buying that ticket, especially during these times today and stuff. You want to give the people a good time and a good show. So try to be professional, in my opinion, at it, right?
Yeah.
But also have fun. If that's what you need to go out there and do your gig, live it up, enjoy it, right?
Yeah. So, your podcast is also a community hub. So, what do you guys do on that for the community hub? Can I ask you?
Well, we provide discounts to drummers for like drumsticks and drum equipment and stuff like that. So it's a place they can come and get discounts when they're looking to purchase some drum gear and that sort of thing. We provide, knowledge for drummers. When it comes to our guests, we're always asking them to provide feedback and advice to drummers, up and coming drummers, to either become working drummers, touring drummers, or what it even takes to get into the next level, right? So we're trying to offer that sort of thing for everybody.
That's cool. That's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. So we want you to leave with watching every episode. If you can walk away and leave with one tip or something positive out of each episode, then it's awesome. Right? Because that's what it's there for, getting to know all these cool, inspiring drummers. Not everybody needs to be a gigantic rock star, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of, it's like hockey, there's different levels to it, right? So there's a lot of different levels to drummers and drumming in the community. And we believe that a lot of people and everybody should have the chance to be able to chat it up, get exposed, and see if they could bring something cool and creative to the drum game.
Did you ever meet some of besides the people that you interviewed, did you ever go like play at a show and people come up to you and they're like, "Oh, your fucking podcast is awesome. I learned so much from you." Did you ever hear like people say that to you?
Yeah, it happened to me, believe it or not. I was playing a show with the old man in Delhi, Ontario, Canada last year, and two guys came up to me and they were like, "Man, T, follow your podcast, man. It's absolutely amazing. We love it. You've had such sick, heavy drummers come through, and like, it's so cool what you guys got going on, man. We really dig your show." And I thought that was really neat because there was 2 gents that I never met, don't know. And the fact that they took again, it's about, you already said it earlier, the attention span for people today. So to be able to have someone today take the time out of their day and actually tune in and enjoy the content. And then you have someone come up to you and tell you how much they're enjoying the content. It's amazing.
It is. It's interesting. I recently, I've been, I chat with a bunch of bands because I actually am the vice president of an underground alternative magazine. and I put a lot of bands in the magazine and on the covers and this and that. So I'm always like going out meeting bands and stuff. So this band was, they're over in England, I think, and I think you would like them. They're called LOC. I'll send you their stuff later. They're like a heavy metal band, and I think actually they're big Anvil fans, which is even funnier. So like, it's cool, like to see the people's roots in music, of course, and interesting enough, he messaged me yesterday and he goes, "Oh my God," he goes, "I just listened to a whole bunch of your podcasts." He goes, "You're fucking hilarious, first of all." He goes, "And you have really good bands on your shows and stuff." And he goes, I'm learning about all these different bands and music, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." And it's nice to hear because, when you're doing a podcast for like 5 seasons, you kind of want to know like if your stuff is good or if it's not good, so I'm one for constructive criticism, you know what I mean? So it's good. You can find out like, things by people like telling you. So I'm happy about that, So
it's no better feedback than the listeners' feedback.
Exactly right. So before I did this metal podcast, I actually started in radio in 2011. I did like a fetish and sex podcast for years.
Nice.
Yeah, so like,
you must have had some great conversations.
Oh my God, you have no idea. So, I don't know if you guys want to talk about that, but I've had some interesting people on my show, that's for sure. And I used to do a lot of fetish and sex conventions, right? So I've met all sorts of famous porn stars. Like, you could say a name and I would tell you, yeah, I probably know that person. But then going from that to, I was actually, there was a fella in Florida. I don't know if his show is around anymore. It used to be called, it was a spin-off of Headbangers Ball, but it was called Hellraiser's Ball, and it was out of Pinellas Park, Florida, I think it was called. And this show was sponsored by Sam Ash. So I was actually the resident dominatrix on the show that was go on air and punish musicians, believe it or not. So I've done like lots and lots and lots of stuff with like radio and podcasts. So this is like nothing new for me. So this is like, and then when I was, before I did this solo-ish, I used to have a co-host, but the guy kept like over talking me all the time. And it was just so, I was wondering if that ever happens with you guys. Do you guys like ever over talk each other, or do you kind of just balance it out? You're like, oh, I'll just let him finish. Right?
Well, we kind of, we have a little bit of a structure kind of set up when we're talking. So T will ask a question, and usually the rebuttal will go back and forth between him and the guest. And then once that dies out, I'll jump in with a question, and then the exact same thing kind of happens, right? So we've got a structure figured out for that.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, because I mean, I've tried to do structure like that with other co-hosts, and I don't know if it was just like the subject that was like making people like, and then they get sidetracked, and then I forget what I'm saying, and then because I don't ever script any of mine. This is all natural. I mean, I prerequisite with a couple of questions I like jot down on paper like freehand. I don't even like type my shit into a computer. Like it's all like freehand. I'm old school. So like I have my notes for questions or whatever, but other than that, I basically nothing is scripted. It's all like free flowing, and which is good. So I was curious if you guys had that, because but with the fetish and sex stuff, of course I had, oh my God, like tons of people call. At the time, I used to have a phone number where guests can call in. And let me tell you, those were some rowdy shows. I
can imagine.
I used to have this.
What was the one in Canada? Susie? Sue. Or Sue, right?
What happened?
No, you were saying that, and there used to be a show in Canada that used to come on the TV.
Sue Johansson, or something like that.
It was Dr. Sue or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know her, actually. She's a dominatrix as well, Dr. Sue, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I actually know that woman. She actually does a sex talk show, / podcast.
Okay,
It's called In Bed with Dr. Sue. Is that the same one?
Ooh, that sounds familiar. It sounds familiar.
That's her. I know her very well, that woman, actually. So
May or may not sound familiar.
well, because of you may have listened to her. It's okay. Listen, you know what? This is what I say. There is no shame in anything, because here's the thing. Most people in the, music, atmosphere believe in sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But okay, that may be old school, but most days it's mostly about the sex and the rock and roll and fuck the drugs. So so I mean, to each his own. Everybody has vices, but it's just kind of ironic. But it's funny that you would know about, because I'm like, wait, In Bed? I know her. Actually, her and I follow each other on Twitter. She, I think I'm not sure if she's retired or she's semi-retired. I was retired for a while, and then I kind of came back because I had, good reasons to retire. I was, almost killed in an accident. So, yeah, but I'm okay now. Listen, I'm functionable. I can walk. I'm going to shows. I just don't go into the mosh pits any longer. I can't do that anymore, but no, but interesting enough, the guy and I on the magazine, he actually, I was on his network called ASN for a while. And when I was first doing a fetish podcast for him, Joe Rogan was on the same network with us before he was famous. So look at that. So that's how long I've been doing radio. I've been in radio for over, I don't know, 2011 to 2026. I'm not great with math, so the numbers are, long time. So this is nothing new. This is nothing new for me. I'm used to this. You couldn't say anything that shocked me, because believe me, I've seen it all. So now it's funny that you guys know, but you guys know any other women that do shows like that? You don't have to say, it's okay. Tyler, I will tell you this. You look just like your father. Just like him. Does people tell you that you look like your dad?
I maybe throughout my life, yeah. But
okay.
I don't know. We got two different styles, though.
Well, yes, but you don't fully look like him, but you can definitely see you are your father's son. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know what Adam's father looked like, so I can't compare him.
Yeah, people say he looks like my younger brother, so he looks like me.
So you guys are like brothers from another mother, basically?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's right.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of good times, eh?
Now, I have a question. Even though your podcast is visual, do you think that other podcasters are becoming more visual? Did you ever notice that, since you guys are doing your podcast more visually? Because you guys are teaching. And...
There's definitely, right? There's a lot of good podcasts out there. And, we were actually talking about this tonight. We were saying, because we're about, again, going back to the lighting and seeing, what all these different podcasts are doing. And there are a lot that are done with video. And then there's just as many that are done just audio.
Yeah, I like audio. You know why I like audio? I'll tell you why. And maybe you guys as musicians would understand this. Most musicians who come on my show, when I tell them it's audio only, they're like, oh, thank God. And I'm like, why? and they're like, because I'm performing for everybody, and I don't want to have to be performing to talk to you. And you know what? That is one of the biggest reasons why I do an audio-only podcast. Because to me, like, for me, it's probably better. Because, look, years ago when I was doing the Fetish and Sex podcast, I was on YouTube and my channel got banned because of, not that I was doing anything bad, but, dressing up in fetish gear and having a cross-dresser sitting next to you on the couch and you're talking and, I'm not really paying attention. And my cross-dresser is kind of like, like being more visual than you're supposed to be, you know what I mean? And we were getting
showing a little more than he should be.
Yeah, and we were getting flagged. So like I decided I wasn't doing that anymore because like I must have had like 6 strikes on my freaking YouTube channel. So now, so now I like made a whole new.
Now you're going PG with it. You're taking the safer.
Exactly. So at least with audio, you can't. I mean, I can describe something, but you're not visually seeing it because then I don't get flagged. You catch my drift? So like, so for you guys, video is a must because you guys have a more technical. Teaching type podcast,
but
right?
We also always we wanted to always try our best to capture the interview in person with the artist.
Right.
There's a lot of podcasts that obviously, you do over the phone or you do with a webcam or you do our whole thing was we want to lock it down and have it documented in person on film. And that's what is so cool about our channel is that it makes it unique is that we will wait until we could gain that interview opportunity so we can get it in person versus being able to get it now and doing it over the phone or with a webcam, right?
Right.
So we're trying to keep that going as long as we can because it has the vibe and that's what's special about Drummer's Paradise.
No, I mean, listen, I watched them. I have to commend you. They are fucking fantastic. Like I said, I wish, I would, but you can get, I don't know if you lighting, like if you guys want to light up your faces more, there's those rings. Yes. You ever see those rings that people put up? I
wear a mask in season 3. Okay. I'm joking.
I don't wear a mask, but they have those light up rings that you've seen on TikTok, the girls that they use for makeup, but they use them for they'll put them across on a table and it shines a different light on their face and it makes them look different in different lights. So those are things you can try to look at. But as far as putting lights above the drummers and you're not cooking yourself like a rotisserie on turning your wing and this and that, gets hot. So yeah, no, you guys have a phenomenal visual podcast, I must say. So I have to commend you on that.
Thank you.
And the lighting's only better now. We've got a new massive light that's much softer and nicer, and it's perfect. Light box, the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So now, who films your podcast? Do you guys set up a camera, or do you guys do it live from YouTube? How do you guys execute your podcast?
So we set up 3 cameras. Usually one's a wide angle of everybody, and then there's a left and a right. One's usually myself and the guest, and one's Tyler and the guest.
Okay.
And we film it as it goes into a hard drive, and then I take it down into the editing software where I do the multi-angle switches, and then I kind of edit in all the little commercials and all the little fun little things that we've been adding to it.
And we use the Rodecaster.
Yeah, and the Rodecaster video. That's right. So that kind of helps us because that is where the cameras get plugged into, and it actually does automatic video switching between the cameras. When someone's speaking into the microphone, it cuts to that camera assigned to it, which is super cool.
So I have a question. So you guys are going to start season 3. Now, do you record a bunch of them and then put them out, or you do them as each one occurs?
So usually we'll record 3 or 4 of them before the season starts.
Okay.
And then we usually have 2 episodes being recorded each week, Sundays and Wednesdays.
Okay. And
this way we've got an attic stock just in case somebody bails or we have an issue, and we just release one every Friday.
Oh, that's cool.
30 episodes in the season.
How many?
Oh, sorry, 15 to 20.
15 to 20. episodes per season.
Wow, I only do 10 per season because mine's a little different than you guys, but that's like phenomenal. That's like pretty awesome to hear that you guys are doing a lot of work.
2 seasons in a fiscal year. We do 2 seasons in a calendar year.
We do 2 seasons in a calendar year. Wow. And then we've been very blessed lately. We do a lot of on location. So we've been going out to a lot of shows with a lot of these incredible drummers and filming them actually on location at the gig, right with their kit, doing the whole breakdown. And season 3 is going to be a phenomenal one for on location. Oh, that's the only tip I'm gonna leak out for season 3.
Yeah, don't leak anymore. I want your shit to be a surprise. So when the listeners finish season 3, what do you want stuck in their head? The groove, a thought, or a feeling, or all of the above? That's an interesting.
I want them to go away with the education that all these incredible drummers have brought to the channel and have opened up and actually, discussed it and brought it to the topic and got it out to the public and put, like incredible knowledge. It's our platform's about coming and learning about the drummer, learning rudiments.
So we want them to walk away inspired. That's what we want.
Yeah, you want to be inspired. You want to play. You want to grab the sticks. Whether you're 14, you want to feel like if your parents say no or people don't believe in you to play, this platform's going to believe in you to play. Pick up the sticks. Get good. Put the time in. Have fun with it. Yeah.
Do you guys ever think of opening like a drum clinic? Have you guys ever thought that? Do you ever like think of maybe like doing that, like bringing like the drum clinic to your podcast?
So season 3, we have some things up our sleeve. That question.
Because I go to a lot of shows and. Like a lot of my friends are drummers, so I'll try to like hone in on them because, they're like basically the backbone of the band. You know what I mean? You guys are carrying most of the weight if you think about it, because you're keeping the beat, the tempo, the whole 9 yards. Yes.
Yeah.
So the drummer, that's kind of what I was gonna say. Like maybe like that'd be kind of cool if you guys could do that. Like open like a little. Or, which maybe you are doing and you're not telling me. So that's probably why you were laughing.
We got some stuff up our sleeve for season 3.
We got a lot of cool stuff.
That's cool. Yeah. I'm going to be watching you guys. How do you like them apples?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to see some cool stuff.
Yeah, I could tell my friends, hey, you got to watch this stuff.
Some clinic stuff is coming up for season 3 for sure.
That's awesome. So, did anything in the season from what you guys priorly recorded scare you creatively, or not really?
No, we have one good hiccup.
Yeah,
we have one good hiccup, and again, it's a metal show, so this is perfect. So. A really, really great guy, Gus Penn from Sacrifice. I had an awesome opportunity to go out and interview him at the Sacrifice show at the Sonic Temple in Toronto here last year. And everything was going great, vibes good, everything's good, gear, we're banging it out, we're making it work. We filmed the whole entire thing, and sure enough, boom, the cameras weren't on.
Oh my God, really? I hate when that happens.
So we were just like, but again, it goes back to being a learning curve.
Right.
You can't hate yourself or fault yourself for trying. And there's always going to be a potential for an error or a mistake.
So you put checks in place so that you learn from it.
You learn from it. So after that experience, now there's a checklist. We know we got to check these items off this list before we actually sync, lights, camera, action.
Because there's lots going on.
Because you learn when you're on the fly. That was like our first really on location. First time, it's all rushed. Oh man, we got to go. These guys are get sound check. Oh, we got to get off. Oh, we got, and it's just Adam and I. There was a lot going on for such a short time frame that we had. That unfortunately you missed a very big important step, and it was an oops.
You know what? That happened to me once, and I have a kind of similar story. I was, and this is funny. You probably know Stu Deutsch from the Plasmatics. He's a drummer, right? Actually, he's a very good friend of mine, and I interviewed him on my podcast last year, and this is fucking classic. So I do this whole interview with him, and my microphone wasn't plugged in. So I hang up with him and I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, Stu, you're going to fucking kill me. And he goes, what? I'm like, we need to do this again. He goes, oh, excellent. I have no problem doing it again. Thank God he was like, and then he's like, what happened? And I was like, oh, I'll tell you afterwards. So then we did a new show. And then afterwards, I'm like, I had to make sure that everything was plugged in. I'm like, he's like, oh, but
It
now,
happens, I know.
Yeah. So you kind of feel like an ass, and you're almost embarrassed of yourself. And I was like, dude, listen, I'm so sorry. And he goes, that's all right. That was a practice. We'll do it all over again. So when you get somebody like that, thank God they're, lenient and they were like accepting and so that was cool. It's funny. I actually haven't spoke to him recently, although I was thinking of calling him because he always shows up at the local bar here to like shows and punk shows and stuff. And when we see him, we always like tell people in the audience, and people like go up to him for autographs because he's pretty elder now. I think he's like, I want to say 78. And actually he told me the last time he told me that he was like still playing drums, which is awesome. So listen, I guess he said he'll stop when he's dead. That's what he told me.
That's it. So he's still got many years ahead of him.
Exactly. I mean, look, but it's kind of, so I understand that does happen. It sucks when it happens, but yeah, that's why now you guys have checklists. Like before I did your show, I did a couple of tests to make sure everything was working, because nothing like doing a fucking full-fledged podcast episode and you're like, oh fuck, the mic wasn't plugged in, or this was fucked up, or like
or the squeal in the background or something, right?
Yeah, and you're like, oh no, what do you do now? Like or there's like some some fuzziness that like doesn't sound good, and you're like, oh shit, but it's crazy. So you guys getting dumped with snow over there like we are here today?
It's been snowing.
It's been snowing pretty good. Yeah, it's Canada.
I know. I only been to my aunt and my uncle used to live in Canada. I forget where. It was very far from here. And I remember going there as a kid, and the snow was like over my head, if I'm not mistaken. I was like, oh my God.
Probably, most likely. Yeah.
Although I think here we're supposed to get like 2-3 feet of snow with 8 foot snow drifts.
It's coming. It's coming in.
Yeah, and it's like crazy because we're not used to. I mean, Long Island does get a lot of snow, but like this is like insane. This is like the snow prince just opened up the sky and dumped all the shit downstairs.
Yeah, Snowmageddon.
Yeah, Snowmageddon. Exactly. God. So,
but we appreciate you taking the time to chat with us tonight,
Yeah, listen, you know what? I mean, so what are some of the bands that got you guys into playing drums? And you're welcome, by the way. I'm happy that you guys were able to come on, and that's awesome. And yeah, listen, you guys, I want to help you get your podcast out to the metal people that listen to my show, because I don't know if they know it exists. They're always asking me, oh, do you know people that do this? Well, now I can say, yes, you should go listen to these two fellas.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate the support. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll do the same to you. Lord,
yes.
Your show love.
Well, it's funny because when Tyler first messaged me, I think he thought I was a guy. And then, because, my logo is very manly looking, right? So, what's that?
But, okay, really, did you?
Well, I was like, hey, what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And then she hit me back with a voice, I think a voice message. It was hilarious.
Yes. I was like, I'm a woman.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, you know what? There are women that do things in metal, but, you would think
sure.
most people who do podcasts are usually guys. You have to think about that. So it's, but I have been in radio a long time. So when I was doing like my stuff with ASN, I was actually going out to concerts and interviewing musicians on the spot, like you guys were doing. So,
yeah,
and then
that's amazing.
Yeah, and then I kind of stopped that for a while, and then I went back to doing like the fetish sex stuff. And then I said, with all the, like, it's kind of interesting. When Lips and I had this conversation, I had asked him, I said, where did the sex go in heavy metal? And he goes, well, he's like, it's because of AIDS. He was like on this whole, which he's most likely right. But now, with all the other stuff going on with these Me Too movement and the Epstein files and all the stuff, so it's like all this crazy shit going on. So I kind of went out of that sex industry back into the metal world that I know very well. So I've been doing this metal podcast for just under a little 3 years. I think October I'll be at it 3 years, and I have 5 seasons already. So that's most people don't make 10 episodes and they don't do anymore. So
yes, yeah.
So listen, I'm a go-getter, and now my new thing is I do band and media promotion, and I actually host shows at like local bars and clubs and stuff. So I've been doing a lot of that, and so it's pretty awesome, I get to meet. What's that?
You're hustling.
I am hustling, and then listen. Then if I like the band, I get them in the magazine, or I get them on my podcast, or I do both with them. So it's like it's good networking, I have to say. Really.
That's right.
So what's that?
It's like a little community.
Well, think about it. Metal community is mostly underground anyway, right? So when like as people would say, you make it big, you sold out. But that that it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, what's making it big?
What's that?
What's making it big, really? What is that to you? What is that to the other person?
Mm-hmm. So, what are some of the bands you guys are into like that? Like, I mean, besides your father's getting you into playing drums, do you guys have your own music taste, or do you kind of like, the music that your family puts out, or do you like other, music?
I'm so over the map with my inspirations and stuff. I listen to everything. I don't have a favorite genre. I don't have a favorite style. I love hip hop. I love metal. I love punk. I love rock. I love soul. I love jazz. Like I'm so versatile into all music. I just love it. So I like to answer that for me is hard. Like a couple bands, like, obviously, for me, I'll give you 3 bands for me. You got the Beatles, Black Sabbath, and then you want to kick up something new, Blink. Probably they really had a huge inspiration on my whole upbringing as a drummer, for sure. Like as a teenager in my era of life, like they played a big role on why I am the drummer and the guy I am today.
Yeah.
But those would be like 3 out of like the 100 I could name for you.
Oh yeah, well I'm not, but just a ballpark. But it's interesting, the Beatles, because interesting enough, a lot of people are like, oh, they're just like old school music. Yes, but they're like early like rock and roll. Like that's like
the footage of Ringo Starr playing on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Yeah,
where he's literally off this throne in a suit, thrashing out. That to me was like the innovation of punk rock band. Like that was the beginning of like there was nobody doing that, right? Like when I saw that. So when I saw that as a young kid and I saw that footage, on top of Travis and everybody else, like for me, for me, it just inspired me to like get into tunes and music and and go for it. And then, of course, you just get more and more in debt with it, and then the inspirations pull from everywhere.
Was your father a big inspiration for you too?
Me, 100%. But like
Okay.
I said, I grew up with that every day, right? Like as a kid, my dad used to watch me, so I hung out the rehearsal room for every day during, in the summer, and so I was around that, right? So for me, that was just second nature for me to be able to eat, live, and breathe that, being around my surroundings. So I pull from all other, because I wanted, again, I respect my dad. He is who he is, but I'm my own guy, especially, and my dad would tell you this if you talk to him. I'm my own drummer. I'm my own guy. I'm my own style. I'm my own sound, and I put the time and the effort into doing my own shit. You know what I mean? So I always try to tell people, it's all love and respect, but I put the work in on my own time. You know what I mean?
I know that like some of your bands opened up for your father's bands, correct?
Yes, correct. Yes, okay. I've been blessed to. I've toured internationally with Anvil for multiple years on some of the biggest tours I've ever been a part of, and a lot of my bands have been blessed to play with Anvil throughout a lot of Canada over a lot of years.
That's awesome. That is a really like classic music history there that like you or because it's cool. Think about it, because like I don't know if any of the Beatles had children except for John Lennon, right? And you would never hear any of their like children doing anything musical wise. Maybe like Julian Lennon at one point, but even still, like I don't think they really played with their dad. So that's you guys got the fucking Beatles beat, if you ask me.
Rock and roll's a crazy journey, and and what's cool going to the podcast about the podcast here, it's been awesome and very interesting to talk to a lot of drummers that could share a lot of the same experience that they have, fathers who are musically drummers and have inspired them to play and supported their journey in getting into drums, and like that's where it's really cool. You know what I mean? When you can share your passion with your dad is pretty awesome.
Now, Adam, your father's a drummer too, also, correct?
He's played drums, he played sax, harmonica player, where his heart's at. He's an amazing blues harmonica player.
Oh. Now, does your dad ever hang out with with Tyler's dad and jam out, or not really?
Yeah, no. Okay. No, he's got his own little band that he jams with. Does little bar gigs and pub gigs and stuff like that. It's fun times.
Well, listen, you know what? Pub gigs are fun. I go to them all the time, honestly. You know what? I just saw a band that I haven't seen in a long time. They actually kind of came back, a band called Borgo Pass, and they're from Long Island, and they played at the local pub here like last weekend, actually, and that fucking place was packed. I mean, I know I pack out shows there, but this place was like Fire Marshal City. You know? I mean, I've actually, some of my shows that I've had there with like local bands, I've almost had the fire marshal there a few times too. So listen, but that's good. I'm an independent promoter, so that looks good for me if I do that. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, you're making money.
Yeah, exactly. The bands are very happy. They get paid nice when I promote shows for them. But that's cool. So what's are you both in bands now, or are you just mostly focusing on the season 3 of the podcast now?
Yeah, we're currently right now. We're actually in the studio. We're about to shoot actually here momentarily. But yeah, we're pretty much, I would say, we're focusing pretty heavy on the podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
that's cool. Listen,
jamming with a little bit of stuff, but nothing massive, nothing major right now.
Right. And your little logo for your podcast is cute too, with the palm trees and the drums. Really cool. Did you guys make that?
Yeah, we designed that. We actually have 4 or 5 concepts, and we went with this concept after reaching out to a few family members and stuff to help us make a final decision.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, you guys have an interesting, like I said, yesterday I didn't go out yesterday. I was gonna, and then I was like, nah, because I don't know, like, It was nice and warm yesterday, and I did like my first 10-mile walk, like ever, like since I had back surgery 8 months ago, and that was the first time I was able to really, like, it was nice out. But then here's the thing: all that crap and snow melted, and then it triggered my asthma because, like, all the like they call it snow mold. You ever hear that?
Yes, I've heard. Yeah, people get affected by that. That's
right. Oh my God! Yesterday I felt great, and then like in the night I was like, "What the hell's the matter with me?" I was like, "Oh God!" And then I'm like, "Oh shit!" You know what? I was out walking with the fucking stuff, all that melted shit, and yeah, I probably got like moldy spores from the snow. I guarantee it. So yeah, I popped a steroid and took some medication. I feel great now, so it's good. But
you're alive again.
I definitely will not be walking outside unless I have a mask on next time, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, screw you, so is snow mold.
I know. How did you guys do? Now, when did you start this podcast? What year did you guys start doing this?
So, a year in March coming up.
Oh, so about that's a year. Congratulations. I want to say that's pretty awesome. And you guys have 32 episodes already, or 32 videos?
Well, yeah, there's 32 for 2 seasons. That's correct, yeah.
Ah, see, I knew that. I did my homework. I'm like, I do my homework. Listen, I don't want to look like a dope on my own.
15 episodes too, 15, 20 episodes for season 3.
And how long is, about an hour and a half or something is mostly your kind of...
on average, I'm going to say 30 minutes on average. Some of them go a little longer depending on, how much content we have or, where the conversation goes. But yeah, it's half an hour, more or less.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, think about it. It is a lot of technical stuff on your side, like the lights, the getting everybody in the room together, making sure everything is orchestrated correctly, and then putting out yours, which is cool. I mean, look, you guys can do a lot of talking in a half hour. I just, which is good,
Yeah.
A lot of...
And we like to promote their stuff, too, so we always want to flash to maybe a clip of them playing drums and then flash to a clip of maybe a music video they're promoting or a song they've got coming out, We always want to share their upcoming stuff to promote them as well. That's...
Well, did you ever have people ask you, like, what are something listeners don't realize about drummers? He's like, I don't know about that question.
Good question. Yeah, it's a stumper.
With a glue in the band, man.
Yeah, with a glue in the band. Yeah.
Or what surprised you the most about podcasting? Like, since you guys have been doing this for a year, and you're surprised on how... I mean, your channel has grown significantly. I can see that, which is awesome.
It's I didn't expect the amount of work it would take. I'll be honest with you. I thought, well, I got a podcast. Well, what does it take? A couple cameras and let's go. Oh, yeah, right. I'm editing all weekend, every weekend. It's just, we're meeting with guests twice a week. It's just never ending. And then on top of that, you want to put little reels and shorts out to keep everyone's attention span going. So You're constantly editing and putting stuff out. It's never ending. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, right? I mean, listen, that's kind of why I strictly do audio only, because I've been down that road. I actually, like I said, before I got flagged on YouTube, I was actually doing really well. And then once they started flagging me, it was like a forever headache after that. And I was like, you know what? So basically now my Mixedmetalmedia, I basically use on YouTube to, when I go out in public and I take videos of bands, and I use it to host their videos. That's basically like, if you were like, I don't have a lot of subscribers because most of them are on the apps for the audio stuff. But the videos that I do, it's not really a video, it's my audios basically, like from the RSS feed that are on YouTube. But on occasion, you will see some videos of some bands that are friends of mine, like this band called Deadly Skies. They're amazing. They're actually like a punk band. So if you guys like punk, you should check them out. And they're an original band. They're from Long Island. The guys range from 50 to 58. They're a little older, but they're like fantastic. There's Jones Crusher is another Long Island punk band, and it's kind of funny. Their name is kind of dirty. But it's also a Frank Zappa song, Jones Crusher. So like, you know, like actually my friend Danny, who's in the band the other day, he was like, yeah, I was trying to explain to somebody what the name of my band was. And I'm like, well, what did you tell them? And he goes, well, you know, at first they thought it was a Frank Zappa song. I said, yeah, well, that's what you would think. But if you actually know the real meaning behind the word Jones Crusher, do you guys know what that is?
No, I don't know the real meaning behind it. Can you tell us?
Of course I'm going to tell you. So, you know, like when a girl is like really horny and the guy's like really horny and she's like gone on top of him and she's grinding on him without even having sex. So, basically, she grinds his dick down to a stub. So that's a Jones Crush.
I love it.
Nice.
Love it.
So you should check them out because actually, you know, when I go to see them live, most of the time they always dedicate a song to me called "Female Wrestling Match." So, you know, I had said to them, I said, if you could find me somebody who's going to wrestle with me that's not going to hurt my, like, kind of disabled arm, I would definitely put on wrestling gear and wrestle for you at one of your shows. And he goes, they said years ago they used to have these women. They used to have these women in these pools with oil. And they would have, like, female wrestling, mud wrestling, oil, like, to this song. But then it got, like, a little out of hand, and they had to kind of stop that. So, like, you know. Like...
Turned into a 2 Live Crew concert.
Exactly. So, like,
Orgy on the stage.
But you should check them out. They actually have, like, a couple of newer songs out. And, you know, I mean, you guys like punk. I mean... Your Spades GT band was a punk thrash crossover band, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. And that's cool. So, you know, I don't know if they're more like thrash, these guys, but these guys are like actually like punk, rock and roll, like more kind of like old school punk. So you might actually like check them out. Hey, listen, I told the drummer to check out your podcast.
We're going to check that out. We're going to check that out for sure. We want to check the drummer out. Yeah.
Actually, he's a fantastic drummer too. Actually, he's in a couple of bands. I'll tell you, he's in the Deadly Skies original punk band. He's in Jones Crusher. He's also in it's a Ramones cover or tribute band. They dress up like the Ramones. And they're called Rawmones, Rawmones. And he plays drums for them too. And I think he's in I think that's it for now. I mean, who knows? He could be in other projects that I'm unaware of. But those are the 3 bands that he's in. And he is a fantastic drummer. So, you know.
Sweet. It's great.
Yeah, listen. And then I have this other friend who is a female drummer, actually. So it's kind of cool when you see girls behind the kit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we want more of them on the show because it's so easy to find male drummers, but female drummers, they're unique in their own because not a lot of women get into drumming. And yeah, it's interesting to see.
You know
what? There's definitely some good ones out there.
Oh, amazing ones.
Can I send you some underground female drummers?
Yes, you may, please. Yes,
okay,
please.
Awesome. Perfect. Because I actually know this one girl, and she's fucking fantastic. So, like, you know, so, and she's in a local punk band, actually, believe it or not.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'll definitely send you guys some. But I won't keep you. I know you guys are probably going into your studio, right? You're going to be doing a recording tonight, I think.
Yeah, we've got some filming going on, yeah. So we've got prepping up for season 3 here. So we're, building that attic stock.
All right. Well, I won't keep you guys, but I want to thank you both for coming on. I hope you had a good time on that. I would love to have you guys come back at some point.
It was such a good time.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time to chat it up with us and share some love about our show. And
you're easy to talk to, and it's been a lot of fun for sure. Great laughs.
Thank you. You guys are very easy to talk to too. Now that you know that I'm not a man, I'm a woman. I'm only kidding. Oh, it's funny, right? Oh, goodness. Well, thank you for coming on. I don't want to keep you guys. I want you to go, focus on your podcast because I'm going to be, promoting your podcast for season 3 for you guys. And, and please can you send me your logo or whatever? And I guess, I'll work with that tonight. As for like me and Tyler were talking about the flyer for the advertisement. So,
yeah, we'll send you over the logo, and I'll send you over everything. And
yeah,
you can put a little
send
flyer
me
together if you
everything,
like.
and I'll work on it, and I'll make it. And this show will air on Friday also, if you must know. So,
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Friday's my magical day. You know why? Because I used to do it midweek, but here's the problem with that. When you do it midweek, people have jobs and other stuff, and nobody really wants to kind of like, oh, I gotta watch this, like, you want to be able to watch it like when you're like, or listening to it when you're driving home from work, or you're at the gym, or like, so I think Friday night is sufficeable, right? Like, you guys find Friday night to be good too?
Yeah, I did at 5 a.m. Friday morning.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I don't do mine Friday.
I get up early.
Oh, God. Well, thanks for coming on. It was a pleasure to have you, Tyler, and Adam, and I hope you guys had fun on the show. And, yeah, send me all the stuff, and I'll do what I need to do with that. And actually, if you're interested, I would like to put you guys in this magazine that I'm doing.
Okay.
The magazine actually has got 3.5 million subscribers, and it's a digital magazine, and it's international. And I would love to do like an article about you guys in the magazine at some point.
Okay, that's wonderful. We appreciate that.
It would definitely, I think, give you guys a different outlook and for your podcast, and you'll, get maybe some new, viewers and listeners and things.
That would be fun. That would
it's
be
about
great.
Networking, as they say, right?
Yes, let's connect for sure.
All right. Well, thank you. But have fun with season 3, and I wish you all the best. And horns up to you guys.
You as well.
I'm right back at you.
Yeah, your hard work, your show. Just keep it up. Keep up the good work.
All right. Cool. You guys can go back to your work, and I'm going to go back to my work.
All right. It's a pleasure speaking to you.
All right.
Have
thanks,
a great
guys.
evening. Stay warm, eh?
Yes.
You too. Thank you. Have a good night, and we'll be in touch, Tyler. Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Sounds great.
All right. Thanks.
Much love.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That was fantastic. So yes, please go to YouTube and check out Drummers Paradise Podcast with Tyler Reiner and Adam Vetter. Adam Vetter. Yeah, that's his name, Adam Vetter. And you can check them out. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. And you never know what I'm going to have on as a guest or in any of that. So I wish you good night.